Hey guys, it's Maddie Patak, and today I'm going to be filming my story time on how I got hit by a car. So this is not going to be like a long story time, but I'll try to make it as detailed as possible, or just like everything that I remember I'll share. So I'll start with, it was 2017, September 22nd at like 8 o'clock at night, so it was dark. And I was with my friend Maddie. We were walking across the street, like not at one of those crosswalks where it has like the big lights and stuff, just like one of the mini crosswalks. And we of course we looked both ways before crossing the street. And then we saw like no cars were coming, like cars were stopping. And so because I knew no cars were coming, I was just like, I always look at my feet when I walk. I don't know why, but I was just like, Maddie was in front of me and I was behind her, and I was just like walking while looking at my feet. So I was just like walking like this, like just like walking, and then I see like Maddie stop because I was watching her feet. So I look up, and then I'm like, she turns her head this way, like looking at the ways that the cars would be coming this way. So we're like more than halfway across the crosswalk by now, and right when I like look up and see your head going that way, everything is in slow motion from there. Like right when I look up, everything starts in slow motion. I don't know, like I thought that was just in the movies that people see things in slow motion, but like I can't remember it normally. Like I can only remember it in slow motion. So I look up and then I see her head, and then her hand like turns like this, like putting it in front of the car, like stop, like slow down, because she saw it going really fast. So I like see her hand, and I'm like, what's, like, I was so slow. I was like, what is going on? Because it's all in slow motion. Like I'm just like reading all of this in slow motion. And then I finally see the car, and then I'm like, what is she doing? Like it's gonna stop for us. Like what is she doing? So she takes her hand down, and then this is not in slow motion. She like takes her hand down in slow motion and then runs. Like that's when she was not in slow motion, when she runs, like darts to the sidewalk. And she said that she heard me like scream like really loudly when it hit me, because like right when she ran, I got hit. And then when I got hit, like I like bounced off. I made a dent in the car, and I like bounced back, and I was on my like elbows and knees. And I was really confused. Like I was just confused, slow, like lost. And then Maddie comes up to me, and then like a bunch of people are like staring, like freaking out, like call the cops and all that. And so this one guy like helps me to the curb, and like I sit down, and this one girl's like, I'm a nurse, so she helps me out. Like I get water, and I just start like spitting up blood. Like I'm spitting up blood for like a lot of this. So I'm gonna switch to like what was happening with Maddie. So Maddie was like, she got like our phone. She was trying to call my mom and my dad. No one was picking up. She called her dad. He didn't pick up. And then she called her sister. Her sister was on her way because she was driving like a friend around. And then she was just trying to like answer questions, like figure out, like just like to get parents here, like to get the ambulance here, like just to get everything. I don't know, just like, I don't know how to explain it, but she was just, doing all that. And then I was just like spitting up blood again, like that whole time I was spitting up blood. And so when I was like, when the ambulance came, like my parents did not go to the scene of it. Like they weren't there because they kept like, they didn't pick up until the ambulance got there. Like they didn't pick up the phone until the ambulance got here. And the guy that helped me off the ground to the curb was the one who was talking to my parents and like telling them what happened. So my parents like went to the hospital like right away, and they got there before the ambulance got there with me in it. And when I get in the ambulance, like they put me on the stretcher things and put like a neck thing around me, and I was just still like so lost. And like police had asked me for like the date and the information, just like all the information that I knew, like my name, my address. And I knew everything. Like he was like, oh, okay, like that's weird, you got hit by a car and you know all this information. And I just like was saying all the right information and stuff. Like I just knew everything. Like I never know the date, like ever. Like if someone asks like what's today's date, I don't even know today's date. like May something. I really don't know. But like then, like I knew the date, I knew the time, and I knew everything. Like I had no idea how I knew that, but I did, and I was giving him all the information. But when he was asking Maddie the information, like she was just so like shocked and didn't know. She didn't know what to. I don't know. She just didn't. She was struggling. She was struggling. She didn't know what. Sorry, I don't. Okay, didn't know with the mirror. She didn't know what to. What am I saying? She didn't know her last name, like didn't know how to spell it, but her sister was helping her out. Like she was just shocked and confused and just was trying to like take in all of like what was going on. And then when I'm in the ambulance, like the guy is trying to, you know how they're like they go like in your vein right here. I don't really know, but like they try like stick a needle in your vein, and so the guy was like in there trying to do that, how they like squeeze the arm with this like thing, and then they stick the needle in so you can't like feel it as much. I don't know, I don't really know, but he missed my vein like 3 times. And I was in so much pain at that point. I was just like whatever. Like I like barely felt it. I was just like so lost, but that hurt. Like it hurt. All of it hurt. Like me still spitting up blood. He was like, "Here's a bucket." And then I just kept spitting up blood. Like it was so gross. And then I got to the hospital, and then they were just like cleaning off my bruises, or not my bruises. They were cleaning off all my scrapes that I had, because my scrapes were big. Like they were bad. They were really bad. They were big, and I had like scrapes all over me. They were cleaning it all off with alcohol, and let me tell you, that hurt so bad. That hurt so bad. Cleaning like that with the alcohol, like oh my god. If you've like ever done that, if you had a scrape and you like cleaned it off with like alcohol and stuff, like that hurts so bad. And then like my parents came in the room and stuff after that, and they were just like watching the rest of this like go down. They took some like x-rays and all of that. Like I don't really know what all of them are called, but they like just, I had no broken bones, but they wanted to make sure and stuff. So I got back in the room, and like they had called a guy to like help with like my whole teeth situation. Actually, I did have broken bones. I had a broken cheek line. I had a broken cheekbone, and I broke my nose, and I had a shattered gum line. Like it was just all shattered. Like all the bones was just like crushed, and my teeth had like came out like from the root. Like it wasn't just like the top of the teeth. Like it was from the top like up here, like the whole root of my, like it was just, it hurt. And someone had found my teeth like on the pavement, so they like brought it to the hospital and stuff, and like the ambulance had my teeth. And this guy came in who was like a surgeon, like a plastic surgeon, and he could like help with that. And so he was trying to put the teeth back in my mouth. I'm just putting like hundreds of needles in my mouth. I'm over exaggerating, but he was putting so many needles in my mouth, but I could not feel one thing. Like this is what my parents were telling me. They were telling me that I had like so many needles shoved in my mouth, because he was like trying to like numb it, but he didn't know I couldn't feel it. But then he would have like trying to shove the teeth back in my mouth, and I thought he was only doing that for like 30 minutes. But my parents were like, no, he was doing that for like an hour and a half. Like he was doing that for a while. I was like, I did not feel like it. Like I guess I was just like loopy and didn't know what was happening. But that took like a while, and I had no idea. And Maddie is there with her whole family. Like her dad came finally. Like he finally picked up her. Her mom was not in town, so it was her dad and her sister and her were outside in the waiting room because they couldn't come in. It was only family inside, so they were waiting out there for a long time. And my parents had like let my sister go because she was getting tired, and Maddie's family drove her home, and that was around 12 o'clock. But I had left the hospital like early in the morning, like a couple hours after that, after 12. So I didn't like stay, like I didn't sleep overnight at the hospital, but yeah, they like let me out after they like had cleaned everything and like realized that the teeth couldn't go back in because my gums were so messed up. So They put stitches everywhere where I needed stitches, which was on my elbow, like right here. I needed stitches, and I needed like 10 stitches in my mouth where my gums were. So they put the stitches there, and then put bandages all over my cuts and bruises. Not bruises, why do I keep saying bruises? All over my cuts and scabs and all that. And then I go home, and it's so hard to sleep because it was so uncomfortable. Like, I had a huge bruise on the back. Here, I'll just oh my god. I'll insert a bunch of pictures of, like, the aftermath of like all my like bruises and cuts and just all the grossness that was, and my lips had swelled up so much. It was like they swelled up so much because I had like cuts inside my mouth, and then my cut on my chin was so bad because like when I like my chin like scraped on the gravel, and a bunch like on the ground where I fell, and a bunch of that like gravel from the ground went in my chin, and it's like still in my chin now. And like, cause like no one could get it out like without like cutting the whole chin open and getting the gravel out, but like I still have gravel on my chin from that, and I still have like scars on like my knees and my elbow, like things like that. Like I still have scars from it. And basically like well, like Maddie came over. I missed a week of school, and like Maddie came over to give me my homework, and she like brought food like milkshakes because I barely could eat. I was eating like yogurt that whole week and just like milkshakes and ice cream. Like I could not eat. And that was basically it. Going back to school was so bad because I was like, oh my god, everybody's gonna stare at me, and now everybody's been bullying me since then. So really love you guys who are rude. So thanks for that. So, yeah, that's how I got hit by a car. So, yeah. I will be doing my Q&A video this weekend or next week. I don't know. But that will be my next video, my next Q&A video. So I hope you guys like this. Leave a like and subscribe. Okay.